Hey guys, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Smitha. Welcome to my channel. So I get a ton of messages from you guys saying that you don't have the right eyeshadow palettes to create the kind of look that I create. So what I wanted to tell you is you don't need those eyeshadow palettes. You don't need any of the things that I use. You can use what you have. If you don't have concealer, use a foundation. You don't have foundation, use a powder. You don't have lipstick, use an eyeshadow. You don't have eyeshadow, use a lipstick. There's always an option for everything in life. When I first started YouTube, I had one eyeshadow palette from Coastal Scents, and I created more than 100 looks for Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube put together. But I was a beginner and I wasn't getting any PR at that time, so I got creative and I made best use of it. So today I wanted to take this up as a challenge and create this dramatic double cut crease with negative space using only one eyeshadow. You might think I'm crazy and wonder why can't I just create a simple brown smoky eye instead of a dramatic double cut crease. I didn't want to do that. Anybody can do simple things. So what will set you apart is going that extra mile. So without further ado, let's get started. As always, I'm going to be starting with my eyebrows, just filling it in. And because I have hooded eyes, I want to create enough space between my lash line and my brows to create a new crease above my natural crease. And for that reason, I'm going to keep the arch of my brows as high as possible. And to fill them in, I'm using the Precisely My Brow from Benefit in 4.5. To clean up the borders of my brows, I'm using the Milani concealer in 145. With the ColourPop concealer brush, I'm not only going to clean up the borders, but I'm also going to use the concealer on my lids as a base before I apply the eyeshadows. I'm only going to set above my crease with some loose powder just to make the blending easier, and I'm using the NYC Smooth Skin loose powder. To get dramatic straight edges in the corners, I'm going to be using some sticky tape. You can use any sticky tape, paper tape, cello tape, whatever is straight and sticky, basically, whatever you have. And I'm also going to leave a small gap in my lower lash line just so when I apply the eyeshadows, I can connect my lower lash line with my top lash line. As I explained before, I'm going to be working with only one eyeshadow, and the one that I'll be using is Hazelnuts from the Folklore Turkey palette. I'm using a deep brown because it's universally flattering, but you can use any color that you prefer. Now, because we'll be working with just one eyeshadow but still want that dramatic look, just understand this basic rule of shading and then you can create any kind of magic. When you want a soft diffuse look, use a larger brush. When you want to pack on color, use a smaller brush which is dense and which has a tapered tip. And when you want to do more delicate, detailed work, use a smaller brush such as an angled brush, a small definer brush, or a small shader brush such as this one from Coastal Scents. First, I'm going to be using this eyeshadow as a transition shade. And for that, I'm taking it with the Carity blending brush, which is a large blending brush. And I'm going to diffuse it in my crease area. To deepen the crease area further, I'm going to pack on some color. So for that, I'm going to take it with this denser, smaller, more tapered blending brush from Doe Color, and I'm going to be applying it right at the crease. I'm going to keep on adding a little bit of color at a time till I'm happy with the intensity. To carve out the new crease and to deepen the crease further, I'm taking the same eyeshadow with a smaller brush from Coastal Scents, and I'm going to be applying it right at the crease. I'm going to blend everything out with the larger blending brush once, just to make sure it looks seamless. And as you can see, we have that beautiful ombre from the deepest shade to the lightest shade, which ultimately melts into my skin tone. Now I'm going to be cutting my crease above my natural crease line using some concealer. As you can see, my crease line is passing right through my lid, and the new crease line will be right above that. So when I open my eyes, you should still be able to see my crease. Before I apply any concealer to this new lid space, I'm going to clean up all the fallout and residue of all the eyeshadow that's left on this lid, just so we can start with a new canvas. And for that, I'm going to be using the micellar cleansing water from Garnier. You can use any cleansing water or even just normal water. I'm taking it with a Q-tip and I'm going to erase all the fallout. And now I'm going to be painting this entire lid space with more concealer. And just to get maximum pigment payoff, I'm not going to be setting it with any powder. Instead, I'm going to let it dry. And the way I'm going to let it dry is by looking down. When you look down, everything evens out. The folds and the fine lines kind of disappear. So the chances of the concealer settling in those fine lines is less. Next, I'm taking the eyeshadow with a small tapered angled brush, and I'm going to make a marking in my outer and inner corners just to determine how big or small I want my negative space to be, and that'll be a guide for the rest of my eye makeup. I'm going to fill underneath it with the small shader brush from Coastal Scents. I'm using a lot of pressure in the corners because I want my eyeshadow to be darkest in the corners. Next, I'm taking this eyeshadow with a larger flat shader brush from Folklore, and I'm going to almost drag the color towards the center of the lid. I'm going to be repeating the same on the other side as well. I'm flicking my brush and I'm almost dragging or pulling the eyeshadow towards the center of the lid. And then I'm taking a clean fluffy brush. This one is from Doe Color. I'm not using any eyeshadow on this one, but I'm going to repeat the previous step of pulling the eyeshadow towards the center of the lid. And as you can see, we have that ombre effect again. It's darkest in the corners. And as you move towards the center of the lid, it becomes lighter. And that also gives you that rounded lid effect. Your lids look rounder and bigger. Because we had left that little gap while attaching the tape, now I can join my lower lash line with my upper lash line. First, I'm going to be taking the eyeshadow with this bullet pencil brush and I'm going to be smoking it throughout my lower lash line. And then I'm taking it with the smaller shader brush from Coastal Scents and applying it closer to my waterline just to deepen my lower lash line. And we're done with the eyeshadow part. Now, how you want to finish this up is totally up to you. You can just apply some mascara and call it done. I like to do a little bit more than that. So first in my waterline, I'm using the Jordana Easy Liner in black, which is a black eye pencil. And before I use false lashes, I'm going to curl my natural lashes and apply a coat of mascara. The mascara that I'm using is Bad Girl Bang from Benefit. And for lashes, I'm using Brazen from Black Label. So here is the completed look. Let me know what you guys think by commenting below. And if you enjoyed watching this video and want to watch more videos like this, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. For your convenience, I'm listing all the products that I used in the description box right below this video, along with my social media links. So make sure you're following me there for all the inside scoop and everything else that I don't post on YouTube. All of us have only 24 hours in a day, but there's a few who achieve more than the others, because while there's 1,000 reasons why they shouldn't do something, they find that one reason why they can accomplish it. And with that note, I'll let you go. I love you guys so much, and I will see you soon with a brand new video. Bye guys.